go. Back at it again. All right. Hi, I'm Ciara, and I will be telling you guys about a personal experience that I had when I was a senior in high school, which was many, many, many moons ago. I just want to ask before I actually get started, has anyone ever heard of a bird-eating spider before? No, okay, that's great, because I hadn't either. When I went to Peru, we went for 3 weeks. We originally started in Lima, then we went to Machu Picchu, and finally to Iquitos. And then they surprised us during that middle week saying we were going to the Amazon jungle, and I thought that was super cool. Until I realized where exactly we were going to be going. We were going to be staying in this hut. They called it a jungle lodge. It did not look like what I thought was a lodge, but that's what they called it. It was a big hut on stilts, about 15 to 20 feet in the air. And they told us it was on stilts so the wildlife wouldn't be able to get to us, which in hindsight I realized was probably a lie, and they wanted to make us feel a little bit better because it did get to us in a sense. So the night before we were going to leave the Amazon jungle, I was very, very tired. We had just got done doing a bunch of mission work at one of the villages, and it was about 2 a.m., and I realized that I needed to go to the bathroom. And the bathrooms were kind of a little bit different than the ones that you might see here. They were basically, you had a big tarp around a tree, you had to pull back the tarp, and you had to hug the tree, squat, and do your business. And that was all very, very terrifying because they told us that if you needed to usually have a buddy, and I insisted that I didn't need to because there have been kids that fell in the area where you need to use the restroom. So they had you have a buddy outside, but I was so tired I didn't want to wake up my tent mate, so I went on my own. When I got back, I realized that there was what I thought was a palm frond on the top of my tent, and so in my sleepy haze, I ended up pushing it back, unzipped, crawled in, and went back to bed. At about 6 or 7 in the morning, I heard loud screams coming from the tent across from me, and I jolted awake, and I was very confused as to what was going on. And I asked them, "Are you okay? Did someone get murdered?" And they looked at me and they were like, "It's a spider." Of course, I was just like, "Oh, it's a spider." And they're girls. It's probably that size. No, it wasn't exactly that size. And they said, "Ciara, look up." And in true Alfred Hitchcock horror, I slowly looked up and saw a spider that was probably, that big, called the Goliath bird-eating spider, which I looked up later and was terrified about, on the roof, I guess you could say, of my tent. In about 15 seconds, it slowly hit me that what I thought was a palm frond was actually that very same spider on top of my tent, and I realized what screaming bloody murder was because I did it, and I refused to leave the tent. They went to go and try and move it off. It moved down, which scared me and my tent mate at that point, so we quickly shoved the tent, and it flew off the tent, and we still don't know where it went to this day, which I'm perfectly fine with. But that was my horrible experience of Peru, and I was so ready to get back to Iquitos and to Lima, and that is where the fear of spiders truly began for me. But that is my personal experience.